Today on the LA Food Podcast. A new year means so many things, dear listener. There's that new gym membership you're already regretting, the dry January commitment you've already broken twice because White Claw doesn't count, and of course, new food laws going into effect for restaurants, diners, delivery apps, and more. Eater's Mona Holmes wrote an excellent roundup of 2026's new food laws, and Father Sal and I decided to put our policy fedoras on to go through them with a fine-tooth comb. We decipher, are they overall good for society? Are they placing unnecessary burdens on already struggling restaurants? And what more can be done for food as legislators get back to session in 2026? On Chef's Kiss Big Miss, Catgate catches up with horses, the oldest restaurant in LA County says goodbye. There's an LA restaurant comeback for the ages in downtown LA, and a former food critic decides to go all in on health and well-being. We recap recent meals at Hermon's, Connie and Ted's, and Etra, and Father Sal drops maybe my favorite shitty Yelp review of all time. A reminder that the LA Food Podcast is part of the Acquired Taste Media Network. Be sure to tune into our sister podcast, Taqueando with Bill Esparza. This week, Bill sits down with Chef Edgar Nunez of Sud 777 in Mexico City. They talk about something known as Bolillo Gate, in which a British baker took aim at Mexican bread culture, and they also dive into Chef Edgar's storied career. That's available wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to leave both Taqueando and our show a 5-star review wherever you stream. Thank you to everybody who's been doing that. Somebody left a way too nice review on Apple last week. Mom, if that was you, thank you. As always, I'm your host, Luca Servodio, and without further ado, it's time to chow down. Welcoming back to the LA Food Podcast, a man who I've been seeing way too much of recently. It's Father Sal. Father Sal, Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year. You don't have to say it to me because I saw you on the day.
No, you didn't.
I mean, all right, whatever. We were together till what, 11:40 p.m.?
We literally were at dinner till 11:40, and then we called our Ubers. So I don't know if you did, but we spent New Year's Eve in an Uber.
We were home. Actually, I don't even remember checking the time. I'm not a big New Year's guy. Just a day, guys. Day.
Were you still awake for it?
Yeah. I mean, we got home at like 11:50.
Yeah, maybe you're one of those people who just like the moment you get home, you pass out.
No, I've never been one of those people. But no, Happy New Year to you, man. It's good to see you. Yeah. I have been seeing a lot of you. Your wife very kindly baked me a cake for my birthday.
She sure did.
Nicest thing ever.
Yeah, by the way, Father Sal's birthday is just a couple days after New Year's. So
that's right, yeah.
You are an entire year older than the last time the listeners heard you.
100%. I hope they hear the wisdom in my voice.
The maturity.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's go straight to recent eats because it's very pertinent to New Year's because we spent New Year's together at Etra. You had told Andrew Lawson that you were planning on going in December.
Yes.
And for once you made good on a promise. How does it feel to make good on a promise?
It feels good. It feels accidental because you made the reservation and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Lovely dinner. Yeah. Lovely time. Yeah. I like that place a lot. I will say I had a better overall experience at Etra.
Wow.
Than I did at Antico Nuovo.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those are fighting words.
I don't mean them as fighting words. Antico was lovely. I messed up at Antico. I don't know if you remember the story, but like we ate way too much pasta. Like we filled up too fast. We didn't get any entrees and we couldn't have dessert. Like we went too hard. It was a lovely time and it was delicious, but as I also mentioned, pasta doesn't like quite hit in the same way for me now.
It doesn't do it for you anymore.
I mean it does, but like not quite the level. The pastas at Etra kind of hit for me in a really good way. Maybe it was like, I mean, I went into Antico with really high expectations. It was one of those things. We saw Andrew. We just awarded him hottest physical restaurant in LA. Very well deserved, as he proved again on New Year's Eve.
Any regrets on that?
Not at all. Not even for a moment. I hope he didn't feel weirded out. I felt a little bit bad.
He hugged us. Which I feel like if he felt a certain type of way about it, he wouldn't have hugged us.
Would have kept his distance.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. But I wanted to like kind of like I didn't acknowledge it. Like, hey man, hope it wasn't too much. But no, very nice experience. I had a great time, and it's a place I would totally bring family out of towners back.
So the pastas we ordered, we got the pasta limone.
Yes, very good.
We got their genovese, these like ziti with this onion forward Neapolitan ragu, and then of course the obligatory campanelli alla vodka.
Yes.
Although they add a little shrimp to it.
Yep.
What was your favorite pasta?
The limone kind of stood out, which is strange because when we went to Felix, I mean, we got the limone at Felix as like the fucking 15th dish of the night, and I just like was so stuffed. But here, I actually might have hit as my favorite pasta. Yeah,
favorite dish of the night?
I liked the tuna with salsa macho a lot.
Really good.
That was really salsa macho,
man. Slightly thicker cut on the tuna.
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I like that one a lot. And then the fish, man, little branzino. Can't go wrong.
Such a whore for branzino.
Actually, I'm not a whore for branzino, and I did want to make sure I corrected you on this. I'm a whore for like a full fish, whole fish.
That is a whole fish.
Yeah, a branzino is a whole fish, but I'm not just like specifically branzino. Actually, my favorite fish is trout.
So that's why the Dunsmore one.
Yeah, Dunsmore hit. Yeah. And I recently went to Superba Food and Bread.
Okay.
And had the trout there. That was fucking delicious as well.
What's their trout treatment?
They have, it's just like a trout with herb oil and a cucumber salad with some chilies on top. It's all I need in life.
That's like a low-key beautiful space, right? Super
beautiful space. I went initially for breakfast with my aunt and uncle and had like a toast with cheesy eggs on top. Ooh. Fucking perfect.
Do you know what? I think that's a space that used to be, it was a different restaurant before.
Yeah, the space has flipped a bunch.
Yeah, but before Superba, I think it was the people in charge of the Spotted Pig in New York.
Oh, wait, that's the Mario Batali spot.
Mario Batali infamy, which I just saw the Mario Batali documentary.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Yeah,
well, it turns out it's not new. It's from 2022.
Oh, okay.
But dude, it's evergreen. Like it's that good. That bad.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
It's such a good watch. The dude is just like a comical red flag.
Yeah. Literally red and also red flag. Yeah. What was your favorite bite at Etra, by the way?
Oh, favorite bite? I mean, I love the Genovese just because I had never really had that dish before I made it for Christmas last year, I want to say. I don't know why, I just came across it on Instagram or something. And I was like, I got to try and make this. And I made it, and I loved it. It astounded me how simple it is to make. It's just cuts of meat braised with way more onions than you could ever imagine. Like, for like a pound of meat, they use like 8 onions. And you basically just let the onions cook down slowly, and the moisture of the onions cooks everything else. So there's no stock, there's no nothing else.
Wow.
So it's really just like a dissertation in how good onions can taste if they're let to do their thing for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's so humble, but it's got such a rich depth of flavor. And I thought that the version at Etra was like incredible.
It was really good.
So I love that dish personally. I also really like their steak. It was in a little bit of like a Tonato type sauce, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I can't remember, but I also only got like 2 bites of steak because I was really focused on the fish.
Yeah. You're the fish guy. I see here on the running order that you also had a recent meal at Connie and Ted. Speaking of fish,
yes, we did. I went with Emily's dad and her in-laws. That was a good meal. It was a good meal, but I will say I maybe hyped that one up a bit too much for folks, I think.
Are you aware that it's the chef from Providence?
Yes, obviously. That's what I told everyone. I was like, guess what? This is the same chef as one of only 2-3 Michelin star places in LA.
Yeah.
This is his like humble ode to his grandparents from New England, and Emily's dad is from New England.
Wow, you really hyped this up.
I mean, yeah. And then we went, and I thought it was very good. They had a ceviche tostada with salsa matcha, and coming off our Etra dinner, I was like, salsa matcha, hello.
Yeah.
That with seafood, please. And that was very good. And I had a great dish, which was, what did I get? Oh, lobster roll. Can't go wrong.
Well, by the time this episode comes out, I'll have released my list of the top 10 burgers in LA.
Yeah.
After having done the entire countdown.
Yeah.
And Connie and Ted's burger snuck into the top 10.
I believe it. And one thing I didn't do but was going to, like, I was really torn over whether in my hyping up of Connie and Ted's I should send over your Instagram video to the group chat. And I chickened out and I didn't. It seemed like too much, like
too much too soon.
Laying it on too thick. Yeah. I should say the meal as a whole was really good. We ate outside. It was cold and rainy in LA, but they had the heaters on, which is really nice. I went with my aunt and uncle there as well. And for the most part, really good meal. I think I made an expectations mistake going in.
There are rumblings that place is going to be closing soon.
I was noting how long it had been open for folks there.
Yeah.
That said, it was really full. It looked really full on the night. It was 2nd. I think Friday the 2nd.
So the only reason I say that, and this is a completely new way of tracking this thing that has come across my desk, so to speak, aka my DMs. Somebody sent me like the fact that they had come across like a listing for the business.
Oh, interesting.
So it looked like, from what this person was telling me, that this business was up for sale, which indicates maybe not closure, but something is afoot.
Okay. Well, okay. That's, I don't want to like put out unsubstantiated rumors of like.
This is the LA Food, not the LA News Pod.
Okay, but we want to be rigorous and honest. I will say, by the way, across the street from Connie and Ted's, this caught my eye. There's a business across the street, and in the windows it says in neon lighting, naked yoga.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, there's a naked yoga place over here. And everyone's like, don't get your mind out of the gutter. Like, it's naked and this like spiritually naked yoga. And I Googled it, and there are people doing naked yoga over there.
That feels like it should be illegal, right?
I don't think so. No, I mean, they make clear that they make clear what the expectations are. You're not like.
So if I open a restaurant and I'm like, this is a naked restaurant, and you
maybe just can't like have windows to the public or something.
Yeah.
But if everyone consent, I actually don't know the rules here.
Yeah.
Restaurant might be different too because you're serving food.
That's true.
Yeah.
But as long as the people cooking it have clothes.
Wasn't there that dinner that we talked about, like losing a bet and having to go to with the naked dinner?
Yeah, I think Jen Harris wrote about it. It was like a private dinner club or something where everybody showed up naked and ate naked, and it was supposed to be like very like strip all your defenses, and like it's supposed to get you at your peak vulnerable to connect over food.
I don't. Food eating is already a vulnerable act in some ways.
Yeah, no,
one could argue. Yeah.
It's actually so embarrassing that we eat together if you think about it.
Why?
Like, we sit down at a table
and like stuff things in our mouth,
and we put things in our mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
do you ever have that moment of self-awareness when you're like eating like a particularly like, I don't know, onerous bite of something?
Yeah.
And you're like a nacho or some shit, and you're just like, I must look like a fucking maniac right now.
Have you ever eaten? Of course you have. When you eat with colleagues, right? Like work colleagues.
Yeah.
You see them in a completely different light.
I hate eating at work.
Yeah.
I hate eating at work. I do anything I can to avoid it, or I eat like really light stuff. I don't like it.
Because it's like showing off your weakness.
It's a little there's something to it where eating at work is so vulnerable. Also, there's like the high stakes of like dropping something on your fucking self or on your shirt. Horrible. But I don't like it.
Eating is work sometimes, and in doing the work, I recently went to a new restaurant, a new opening, and it's Hermon's. Have you heard of Hermon's?
I've not heard of Hermon's.
Hermon's. So there's an entire neighborhood apparently called Hermon. And it is a stone's throw away from Highland Park. It's like literally across the 110 freeway from Highland Park. Actually, if you're looking to relocate, that might be a good place to look into. But
was it nice, actually?
Hermon it feels like a bit of an up-and-coming neighborhood, but there, if you drive around there's definitely some like nice things. It's right on the border of Highland Park.
Yeah.
South Pass.
I actually have been through here because we're kind of looking in the area. I think coming home,
in the region.
We drove through in the region. Yes.
Yeah. So Hermon's opened, I want to say like towards the end of 2025, and it's from Last Word Hospitality Group. So the same group as Found Oyster, Queens, Rasaruma. The chef is DK Collender, who is the brother of Ari Collender.
Sick name.
Of Found Oyster. DK Collender?
Yeah, DK Collender?
Yeah.
That's a sick name.
It sounds like you're about to drop the hottest American novel of all time.
DK Collender? Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
What else would
I mean, no, it's an artistic name, DK Collender.
It is very, very much so. And essentially what it is it feels like they just went into a neighborhood and were like, let's just conceptualize and drop the hottest neighborhood restaurant of all time. Like, it's not attempting to do anything incredibly out of the box. It's a very warm, cozy space that honestly is a little evocative of Hillstone restaurants, if you've ever been to it. Like, it's got the like little booths. Almost every seat is
This looks so nice.
It's a vibe, dude. It's very cozy, especially with like some like holiday decorations. It was very much matching the aesthetic. And the food is also a little bit of like the Hillstone side of the house. You know what I mean? They've got a good looking burger.
Yep.
They got a steak, they got a fish, they got pastas. I think the standout dish of the night for us was they do this like linguine with vongole, but it's not linguine. It's 2 sheets of like fresh pasta. So it's almost like a lasagna and clams type deal.
Right.
But very delicate. It's a little more cheesy than I was expecting for like a fish
Like
dish.
a handkerchief pasta almost?
Yes. Almost like clam handkerchiefs, essentially.
Yeah.
But
interesting.
Really, really good. Really, really satisfying. They also do potato fritters that have, they're like pave potatoes. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little layers.
Love a pave.
They do that, but with a fuck ton of really good sour cream and really good shredded cheese on top. It's like baked potatoes gotta glow up.
I think Emily would like that dish a lot.
It's impossible not to like. Oh, and it's got a little guanciale on it too.
Ooh.
So not just bacon,
guanciale.
Yeah. And then the other thing that they had on the menu, which really like appealed to me and to my my Outback tendencies, is the fact that they had coconut shrimp on the menu.
Okay.
That's a fucking move. Like if you can nail coconut shrimp, that's.
I did not know coconut shrimp did this for you.
It really brings me back to American vacations going to Outback Steakhouse.
Sure, yeah.
Have you had the coconut shrimp?
Did we have it when we went to Outback?
We may have had it.
I think we did.
It's life-changingly mid, but it's like it's just what you want at a place like Outback.
Sure.
I'd be so curious to see how they do it at a slightly more elevated setting that is Hermon's. Also, fantastic martinis. So right now, at this point in time, Hermon's has like a line out the door around the block.
Oh, really?
It's like Wilds in Los Feliz, the British restaurant. You got to show up there at like, I think if they open at 5, you got to show up at 4:30, wait in line, that kind of deal. Over time, I'm really intrigued by this business model, which is not trying to open like a ritzy new opening, like destination, trying to do something that is a restaurant that you can go back to time and time again, like intentionally becoming a neighborhood restaurant.
Yeah.
And I actually put a question out to our followers on Instagram asking them, hey, what's the deal? Like, I feel like this is kind of becoming the thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the answers were what you'd expect. Essentially, like, in this economy, this is the smartest play you can do. Like, people are realizing, actually, to get people's attention, it's not like buzz and being that hotspot isn't enough. You want to create something that people can become regulars at.
It seems more sustainable than your flash hype. And also, how walkable is Hermon's as a neighborhood, or where is the location in terms of walkability?
Well, it's not super walkable. Like, I'm sure if you live in the neighborhood, it's relatively walkable, right?
That's
like,
what I mean.
But like anything in LA, you gotta drive to it. But I think neighborhood restaurants in LA are a little bit different. It's more like if you live in the like 3 or 4 neighborhoods around this neighborhood, you could feasibly become a regular at this place, right? If you live in Glassell Park or Eagle Rock or Highland Park, I think neighborhood restaurants in LA are measured in like, what's the most comfortable distance you're willing to drive on a regular basis?
Yeah.
And
really, to your point, it's about. It doesn't sound like a sceney place, right? It's not like it doesn't come with expectations of like, for us to justify going to X, to Hermon's, we have to dress up. It needs to be an occasion. I think there are restaurants that kind of like accidentally put themselves into that niche of like, hey, we're like Damian. I'm only at Damian. It's like a special occasion, right? And like that restaurant fits that level. We can talk about a restaurant later in the show where maybe that ended up working against them, that hype and the expectation and the need for it to be a moment to go there versus a Hermon's where it's slightly less assuming. And you can I can go to Hermon's on Thursday night.
I'm really interested in their strategy because even when because like, look, in America, you assume a neighborhood restaurant is like potato fritters, burgers, like, that kind of thing. But it's not strictly that in Los Angeles, because if you think about it, I would also classify Budenoki as a neighborhood restaurant. It's a neighborhood izakaya. But it's a place I would go to weekly if I lived in Virgil Village. I would happily go down there, grab a beer. If I feel like a sushi roll, I'll grab that. If I feel like a pasta dish, I'll grab that, right? Rasa Ruma, too, to that end. If I lived in historic Filipino town, I could see that fitting that label. And I just say that because I feel like this is Last Word Hospitality's strategy. I feel like they want their restaurants to be neighborhood restaurants, whether it's a novel concept like Rasa Ruma or a sort of more like tried and true concept like Hermon's.
Will you say Betsy and Altadena also fits this?
Yes, I'd say yes. I mean, absolutely. And I feel like it very much fits those trend pieces that we were reading out last week, where they were talking about the cozy rooms that are more about like feeling comfortable. Like that's what's in right now. But I mean, I think it's not just a trend. I think it's very much something that's here to stay. I think people are overthinking about like, okay, how can I differentiate myself from the marketplace? And more so like, how can I build something that actually like is built to last?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big transition in restaurants that we're seeing.
Exciting one.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting in some ways. It's exciting from a business standpoint. I think the flip side of this is some people will be like, these are not exciting openings. Or
they're not maybe ambitious in the same way.
I don't agree with that, by the way. I'm just saying, like, I think that that's the knock some people might say.
So first of all, I don't think, sure, if some energy is going to this versus like a big poltergeisty whatever kind of thing, sure, but really the reason why I say it's exciting is because these are the restaurants that feel like the fabric of a city, right, that become institutions, right? Shit. I mean, we're talking about this past year, all these like 100-year-old, decades-old restaurants closing in different parts of the city, several in downtown, but and beyond. These are the kinds of concepts that theoretically could replace those places, right? The places that become neighborhood institutions, hopefully. Yeah, fingers crossed, man. I'm rooting for all of them. We'll have a chance to learn more about Last Word's strategy because we'll be speaking with the team here in a couple weeks. Hell yeah. Very excited about that. Look, let's dive into the big deal of the day. Dear listener, in case you didn't realize, but Sal and I both come from the world of policy and politics in past lives. So whenever we see laws, we get titillated. We get aroused. We get excited, right? We love legalese. I wouldn't go as far as saying legalese. That was weird, man. I don't really. We certainly get excited about food policy. Also. Yeah. I'd say we get excited. I'd say it's what we talk about on a Friday night. So imagine my excitement when I was perusing news headlines this week, and I came across something on Etra by our friend Mona Holmes about the new laws that are hitting California in 2026. She had a wonderful roundup of all of the food-related laws that are going into effect come 2026. And I thought, Saul, you know what'd be super fun? Is if we go one by one and give our takes on whether this sounds like a good idea or a bad idea. Let's do it. Fair enough. This is almost like a more formal chef's kiss big miss that you've put together here. Yeah, almost. We don't have to treat it like a chef's. I mean, honestly, like I'm just kind of interested in like even understanding some of these. You know what I mean? Because some of them are like very simple to understand, and others are more like, okay, what the fuck are they trying to do here? Yeah, you know, some of them feel like half measures. For whom? Yeah, exactly. Okay, before we get started, any questions? No. All right, first one has to do with minimum wage increase. Okay, this one seems straightforward. Beginning January 1st, 2026, the minimum wage in California is $16.90 per hour for all employers. It's a 40-cent increase over the previous year, with some Southern California cities maintaining higher rates, including Los Angeles, which this year is going to be at $17.87, while WeHo tops the list at $20.25 per hour. So, higher wages for people. Seems like a good idea. I'm with it. I'm with it generally. I mean, something that I'll say across the board as we go through these is, or an awareness I have versus like the minimum wage increase, good. Like people need to earn living wages, and even this is not enough, but more money in people's pockets is a good thing. And more than ever in the process of doing this podcast, and in the process of like listening to the interviews you've done with restaurateurs, it's how much of a burden are we going to be putting on businesses? Now, minimum wage increase, I have no problem with that. I continue to be interested in what the long-term effects of minimum wage increases are and will be. As we go through the list, though, some of these I'm like, ooh, how big of a burden is this for a restaurant, right? Sure. For restaurants that are dealing with high labor costs as it stands, right? Yeah. So green flag and ... That's the balance, right? It's like, how good is this for society at large versus how much burden is this putting on restaurants? My hope as we go through this list is that we'll see, even though there may be some increased burdens for restaurants, there's some other stuff which could offset those. And streamline, yeah. And ultimately, like when I think about labor, the challenge that we hear is yes, costs, but also attracting good labor. That's right. And how do you attract good labor? Pay. You pay more, right? Yeah. So fundamentally, I think this could be a step towards, rising tide that lifts all boats. Although, I actually don't know this for a fact or not, who is most impacted in the restaurant industry by minimum wage increases? I'm assuming it's fast food employees. I'm not sure if I might be wrong, but perhaps the neighborhood restaurants and the restaurants we tend to talk about and frequent already have above minimum wage, I assume and hope, to attract that higher level talent. Is that right?
I don't know, and I would say I don't think so.
Really?
Like I actually think, and actually, fast food restaurants are treated differently than other restaurants under these laws.
That's
like,
right. Yeah.
I actually think fast food workers, not federally, but in California, are already at $20 an hour.
Right.
So
it's a certain number of locations, right? Or,
yeah. It's like if you're over 40 locations or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think that unfortunately a lot of restaurants do have to have a lot of entry level people at minimum wage.
Sure.
Just to like make it, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure certain restaurants try to start above that. Like I'd be shocked if a Cato is, you know, right? But a restaurant like, I don't know, the Peruvian place down the street from here.
Sure, yeah.
They probably have some people at minimum wage, I would assume.
Yeah, could be fair. This might be a question to peruse around on.
Yeah, okay, so generally, we're off to a good start. Good job, California. Okay, on to the next one. Third-party delivery apps and gig worker drivers, your favorite topic. Okay, so Gavin Newsom, of future presidential nominee fame, he signed 2 laws in the fall related to food delivery apps, including Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash, etc., and their drivers. So one of the bills requires food delivery platforms to issue a refund if the food is not delivered or the wrong order is delivered. The bill also requires an itemized breakdown of food and services, and for delivery platforms to provide access to human customer service if issues remain unresolved through their automated service. There's also a part of this legislation that addresses tipping, making it unlawful for a food delivery platform to maintain a payment model that uses any amount designated as tips or gratuity to offset the delivery driver's base pay. And then there's a separate bill which permits transportation network drivers, including those on these apps, to form or join a union, even as independent contractors.
Yeah, green flags across the board on this one for me. I think like these are the kinds of burdens on a business that I don't care. I'm like good.
Well, because it's not a small business.
Not a small business. Like, look, to name the trade-off, right? I actually don't know how it works, but like do DoorDash and Lyft like ever not hire or not give? I actually don't know quite like what the dynamic is of like if they would cut the number of drivers they have due to the costs imposed here.
I don't think so. I don't think so, right? Because it's like it's gig workers.
Yeah.
So they're not employees,
right? They're contractors.
Yeah. So
who can now unionize, which is good, I think, and I don't care if Uber or DoorDash or whoever else have to like. Again, I feel, as you know my take, that delivery apps are low-key a blight on our society. Like I think they seemed fine and innocent and innocuous, but I don't think they're an overall good for people. And I'm not mad to see them have to justify
their existence.
Not even, this isn't justifying their existence, but like making sure they're capturing all potential. This is not even all potential externalities, but capturing all the potential impacts. Certainly, the tipping rule seems like a really important one.
Yeah, I mean that one seems like in general tipping horrible system, right?
Yeah.
So like to think that they're getting paid less because people are relying on their tips. I'll be honest, I don't always tip my fucking not always,
dude. What? You have to tip. You have to tip a delivery driver.
I mean, it depends, right? If it's I guess it does. It shouldn't.
You should always tip.
Yeah,
tip.
Okay, but I'm saying if I haven't done it a couple times, right? There's probably motherfuckers out there who have never tipped a delivery driver. So I'm just saying, relying on that.
Tipping in culture is a whole other conversation.
Yeah. So in general, I agree. The one that I'm like kind of like on is issuing a refund if the food is not delivered or the wrong order is delivered. I mean, this is good, right? Mm-hmm. But I do think it's like, it's basically saying that the app is going to be, or DoorDash or whichever company is going to be responsible, even if it's like a restaurant fuck up, right?
Or a driver, right? It could be a restaurant mess up. It could be a driver mess up, right?
Yeah.
They pick up or deliver, or they deliver to the wrong address, right?
Yeah.
I don't care if the only way this is negative is if the company then passes the cost back down onto the restaurant or the driver by saying you're not getting paid for this delivery, or it comes out of your paycheck, or the restaurant's cut whatever refund that has to be issued.
I don't care either fundamentally about like the company having to shell out dollars, but this is where I could see the policy going a little haywire, because if people take advantage of this, right? And they're like, hey, there was like a side of cream cheese missing from my bagel order.
Yeah.
And they have to refund the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that starts happening at scale or something. And one of these companies is like, you know what, California, this is too much. We're leaving.
Fine.
Fine by you, but like,
I
ultimately, like, that's one less option for gig workers who want to make like a living.
Sure. Yeah. I'm being a little bit flippant with the like. But until and unless they're able to unionize and bargain with these companies, I'm not sure how good gig worker jobs are for people.
I think they're universally pretty bad, but I feel like I think in general people like this. The economy's tough right now. Like people need as many avenues as possible to make money. So even though it's not a great system, I think you'd be.
I mean, look, the thing is this: these are not permanent jobs. You think like DoorDash and Uber are going to be automating these jobs in the next however quickly they can,
like Waymoing them.
100%. Like that's going to be the goal for them, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a good point. It's a scary point.
You skipped a big red flag for me, which is the plastic bag ban.
Oh, I decided to skip that one because I was like, it's only like tangentially food related.
It is, and look, my only take on this, I went to Target over Christmas to buy a bunch of decorations, all these pillows and shit, and all they could give me was tiny paper bags. I had 20 paper bags, and I was so mad. I was like, Joe, anywhere else, just give me a fat plastic bag to put all these pillows in. Even give me a bigger paper bag. I don't know what Target's doing, but like they had no big paper bags.
Target's using reusable bags now.
Okay.
And they charge you, but they're tiny though. They're small.
They're tiny. And Target has big shit.
There's a good hack for you is go to Crate and Barrel once.
Okay.
They have these massive bags at Crate and Barrel.
Okay.
And just keep them on hand for when you have these kinds of situations.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Just like tuck it in your pocket and go.
Okay. All right. Useful tip.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get that off my chest because I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I took it off because from the plastic bag ban law, actually restaurants are exempted.
Okay, yeah.
So they're fine. You'll still find plastic.
It was just, again, I understand environment shit, all that stuff, but don't give me 50 bags to drive to my car.
The environment's fucked regardless, okay?
Yeah, we can't save it.
We can't save it. What are we doing here, guys? All right, next one. Tortillas. This one has to do with tortillas. Assembly Bill 1830 requires California manufacturers to add folic acid to dry and wet corn masa products, and the addition is to be noted on the nutrition label. The bill exempts small batch producers, so La Princesa Tortilleria and all these places, they won't have to do it. Comal restaurants don't have to do it. Markets that make their own tortillas from scratch don't have to do it. And then cottage food operations like micro enterprise home kitchen operations will not have to do it. But the big players, the Mission Tortillas, all these other places, they will have to add folic acid. At first I was like, what the fuck is this about? But then I did a little research. Seems like a good idea.
It's for neonatal development, right?
Correct.
I know all the shit, bro.
So, dude, you really do. So it turns out that folic acid is something that prevents a very preventable birth defect, apparently. I forget exactly which one. But that birth defect had disproportionately high numbers in Latino communities because their main source of carbohydrates are tortillas.
Yeah.
And the general population gets most of their folic acid from it being added to pasta, rice, and bread.
Bread, yeah.
So they're like, how do we level the playing field? Let's make tortillerias or big tortillas, basically.
Yeah.
At it. This seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Maha might be mad, but,
Maha always mad. I did do some research for anybody who's concerned about whether this actually affects
the quality and taste,
or texture.
Yeah.
Because I do get the sense that tortillas are kind of like a delicate science, right? Turns out no impact on flavor, no impact on texture. And honestly, the flavor and the texture of the tortillas in question are already pretty bad.
Right, yeah.
So,
the mass-produced ones, yeah. Sure.
You can't make it that worse.
Cool.
So we're on favor of the tortilla folic acid.
Green flag.
Food allergens. On July 1st, there's a new Senate bill that passed, which requires restaurants with 20 or more national locations to list the major food allergens on each menu item. Those are milk, eggs, fish, crustacean, shellfish, tree nuts, wheat, peanuts, soybeans, and sesame. Small restaurants are exempted from this. Seems like a good one.
Survival of the fittest, bro. Red flag. If you need all your stuff labeled, I don't know, man. That's how we survived as cavemen. You know what I mean?
It's true. There wasn't like, this flour is poisonous.
You didn't have allergen cards like that. No, whatever. It's fine.
I will say, having just gone to a McDonald's drive-thru where I was just confronted with calories and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This stupid-ass story. Yeah.
And being forced to drive through because I didn't want to consume a 960-calorie Big Mac.
You could have just chosen a different thing. You could have just chosen a hamburger.
There was nothing under, 600 calories.
That's not true. That's not true.
That sounded good. It was like, I'm not gonna have a fucking snack.
Chicken tenders, bro. Yeah, no, fuck a snack.
Yeah, no. Come on now. Menus are already too long. You know, like.
Is it labeled? It has to be labeled against each product, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. First of all, I see a lot of places do this already. Second of all, people with allergens already know to ask, right? Yeah. Like, my question is, I guess, I'm sure there are situations where someone has not been aware that there's like milk or something or soy in something, and that's been a bad thing. But as I understand it, most people are pretty aware of their allergies. Maybe it's like for parents with infants and they don't know or something.
Look, this is overall a good legislation. Also, I think the real rub here is who's going to places that have 20 or more locations these days? Are you still frequenting chains?
Sometimes.
Come on.
On road trips.
Okay, road trips is one thing, but are you like a Chipotle guy on a regular basis?
Sometimes, yeah. I had Sweetgreen for lunch today.
Yeah, Sweetgreen.
Yeah. But those places kind of already do. It doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of places already do. Fast food places, right? Yeah. Sure, they have all sorts of stuff in their products.
Yeah. All right, we'll let this one pass. I just don't want to see this creep down to like other restaurants, you know?
Yeah, I doubt it. I feel like people, like waiters ask for allergens, any food allergies, right? People can say their stuff.
Okay, this one is interesting to me, okay? Law enforcement mask requirement, okay? In 2025, law enforcement and federal immigration agents wearing face masks became a contentious issue as ICE raids spread across the U.S., obviously with the impacts felt most acutely by Los Angeles restaurants and local communities. Now, there's a new bill that went into effect that would make it a crime for a law enforcement officer to wear a mask while on duty, except in specific circumstances. This seems like a good thing unless you're on a covert operation.
This also doesn't seem like, I mean, it's relevant to restaurants, but masked armed police in the streets, not my ideal living situation.
Well, I think it is relevant to restaurants, especially like given the fact that
I understand how but I mean, whether or not the person has a mask or not, how much does that really change the scenario that these people are still being attacked in their city? I guess
it's just like, I hope that there's like less brazen. I
think there is something maybe psychologically to someone having a mask on and then being able to like turn off their empathy.
Like, do you want
or be like, I have no repercussions for whatever I do next, so they can't identify me? Yeah.
Do you want to be the guy who tackles a frutero in the middle of the street? You know what I mean? Like,
there are people who want to be that guy.
I don't.
Yeah, no, we're not the ones masking up, bro.
But I just have a feeling like even if you secretly want to be the guy tackling the frutero, you don't want your face out there.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. So clearly, I mean, obviously the choice to mask their faces belies the fact that they're like doing something that's like bad, right? Like if you have to mask up before doing something, right? Like hide your face, maybe rethink what you're doing generally. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see whether or not this law stands up to the challenge as well.
Oh yeah, because the Trump administration is challenging the law in court, of course. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, next one. This one's interesting. Retirement plan requirement. As of January 1st, all California businesses are required to have a qualified retirement plan in place or face fines. California law requires employers that do not offer a qualified retirement plan to provide employees with access to the state-sponsored Cal Savers program. The bill that was signed by Newsom in 2022 was to expand it to employers with at least one employee. Eligible employers with 1 to 4 employees are now required to register or to be exempt by, the deadline has passed. It was by December 31st, 2025. So, retirement plans.
Yeah. So, another thing that seems good, this is one where I was like, at what point at what point does that become an untenable burden for a small business to be able to?
Yeah, because one employee,
right?
That's now I don't know. Should be offering you a retirement benefit.
I've been waiting for it. I mean, get ready for court, buddy. But I don't know the deal with the Cal Savers program. If that's just like a public program that like, you know, employers can kind of just like direct. I don't know what it means to give access to the Cal Savers program. Like what cost that is on the employee, on the employer. But look, it is good to allow people some kind of retirement plan, obviously, as part of the business, again. But this is one where I'm like, okay, this is a sounds good policy, but what is the potential impact on the feasibility of doing business with a small number of people.
I think that the Cal Savers program, from what I understand, is like covered California. Covered California, right? So it's like getting access to it and you get a heavily discounted rate or whatever.
Right.
And you have to qualify for it. I think Cal Savers is a similar program. It's completely state sponsored. I think maybe the burden on restaurants is just to educate their employees that that's available. They're not able to do it themselves.
Got it.
So
that's not so bad.
That doesn't sound bad to me.
Yeah.
It's just more so like, it seems to me something that restaurants could trip up on, you know, if they don't do it. One employee, bro. That means my sandwich concept. It's gonna have to be just me.
Soft tops.
Soft tops.
Yeah. I'm excited for the launch.
Yeah. Should I even say it on the podcast? I'm afraid the idea will get stolen.
I mean, it'll get stolen. It may already exist. It doesn't sound like but it could be your thing. Yeah, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it.
Just know, dear listener, that I have an amazing idea for a sandwich concept. It's called soft tops, and that's where I'm going to leave it at. Okay, only a couple more here to go. Outdoor dining regulations and requirements. There's new legislation that preserves the temporary workaround that allows the use of parking lots and other designated areas for outdoor dining. It's a temporary authorization to use these spaces. It was set to expire in 2026, but it's now been extended through 2029.
Green flag.
Let's
move on.
Last one. This is the one I'm most excited about, probably.
Same.
It's accelerated restaurant building plan approval. Restaurant plan checks are known for being one of the most onerous things that restaurants have to go through. It's building code requirements, permitting, zoning, code inspections. They can take years. It's a super lengthy and costly thing for operators. There's a new assembly bill that passed that promises to streamline the process by allowing self-certification of restaurant plan checks while maintaining health and safety protections. Essentially what it is restaurant owners who hope to modify existing spaces can allow licensed architects and engineers to self-certify plans under this law, meaning you don't have to go through the city anymore. You can just hire a buddy or a certified architect in this case, and they can do it for you much faster, probably much cheaper. I mean, this seems like a no-brainer.
This is awesome. I mean, we saw what was a similar thing we saw on this? Was it for just buildings?
I think it was this law. It just hadn't gone into effect yet.
Oh, okay. So we spoke on this before. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was like an additional thing.
I think that the key thing here is don't fuck this up, guys, because like if this goes well, this could get expanded in a way that like, what if we had this for like liquor licenses and shit, you know? That'll never happen. But like just for like, can you imagine?
I can't believe that's where your mind went first.
Okay. Just get a local alcoholic.
Your local alcohol expert.
Yeah. This is a great place to drink. Yeah, you can have a liquor license. No, but like, you know what I mean? There's a ton of different permits involved in opening a restaurant to the effect that we can like, you know, trim the red tape there. It seems like a great thing. Just got to make sure that it's
safely and wisely. Yeah, but yeah, this is a great one.
Okay. Laws, you feeling hopeful about restaurants, or do you think it's more burden, or do you think it's more opportunity?
No, these generally seem positive to me.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, good. We talked in the past about like what policies would be. Now, again, I like to see a balance of policies that both protect the worker, which is really important, and California is like a leader in that space, and support the business and things like streamlining permitting and making it easier to operate, not taking away like the requirements for how you need to pay and treat your employees, but in any way to make it easier to operate by streamlining things like permitting or whatever other ideas out there. Things like the expanded the extension of outdoor dining and using parking lots is very cool as well. Like things of that nature I want to see more and more of.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, California. I mean, one thing we hear all the time when restaurants close is we need more help from our officials. This is a little bit of help. You know, I don't know if it's like a silver bullet or anything. I doubt it is, but it's good to see a little bit of movement happening. Okay, you down for a quick round of Chef's Kiss Big Miss?
Let's do it. I'm excited for these.
Horses, once hailed as a new modern LA institution, has closed indefinitely after quietly canceling late December and early January reservations, citing structural damage from heavy rain. But reporting from the LA Times' Stephanie Brajo suggests there's more beneath the surface. Nearly $530,000 in recent state tax liens against the restaurant's parent company, lingering fallout from the 2023 divorce scandal otherwise known as Catgate, and growing uncertainty among staff about whether the restaurant will ever reopen. Despite Despite all that, horses remain packed through December 2025, continuing to draw crowds even as questions about ownership, finances, and accountability swirled. So, is the rise and fall of horses a Schadenfreude-tinged chef's kiss or a gone too soon big miss?
Why would I have Schadenfreude about this?
Well, just because they treated cats pretty poorly and you like
okay,
cats.
No, horses didn't treat cats poorly.
Yeah, well, people associated with
formerly associated with horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course it would be shitty if like they actually aren't able to reopen. I really hope, that'd be really bad. I think horses were one of the more exciting 2020s restaurant in LA. It'd be a big loss if it was gone so quickly. I also didn't know that I didn't realize that horses was like the 4 co-chefs of like 2 different married couples. Did you know that?
I didn't realize it was 2 married couples.
I didn't either. I thought it was 1 married couple. I didn't realize it was 2.
Wow.
That's like me, you, your wife, and Emily going into restaurant business together. Can you imagine?
Soft tops.
Yeah.
It might happen.
Dude. This could be the one.
This could be the one.
Who's most likely to abuse cats? I'm going to say you, bro.
Actually, my wife hates cats.
Oh, yeah.
She
Your
hates
wife.
cats,
yeah,
but she's too kind. She would never abuse anything. It'd be me.
It'd be you, most likely. Yeah.
All right, big miss on this one. Sorry, horses. They actually I included them in like my countdown of the top burgers.
Yeah.
Number 18 or 17.
Yeah.
Excellent burger. They have a raw onion and cooked onions.
Right.
Great combo.
Right.
And they commented on my post BRB. So
hey, nice.
hopefully they'll come back. Okay, next one. Sticking with the LA Times, Jen Harris and Juliana Yamada report that after 139 years, the original Saugus Cafe, the oldest continuously operating restaurant in Los Angeles County, closed its doors in late December. Lines wrapped around the block on its final day as diners flocked in for one last breakfast, swapping stories about pancakes the size of hubcaps and decades of family rituals. Opened in 1886 as part of a railway station, the cafe counted Hollywood stars and U.S. presidents among its diners and served as a quiet anchor for the Santa Clarita community. So, is this wave of last-minute this is my question for you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is this wave of last-minute pilgrimages to historic restaurants a chef's kiss, a genuine reminder of how deeply we care about these institutions? Or is it a big miss, a familiar cycle where we only show up for legacy spots once they're about to close?
No, I'm fine with it. It's because, look, the reality of the place on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis is that the business had slowed to a crawl and then it was closing. And then once they announced closure, they're not rushing back to be like, oh no, let's save it, which they did for the original pantry and Kohl's. Yeah.
Kohl's still won't close.
Yeah. Which that's cool. If they're open for months more, that's great. That's fine. If it goes back to slower business, then they will close, right? For a place like this where I'm fine with people being like, oh my gosh, this institution where I once had breakfast 30 years ago and then never returned.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine with me. I don't think it's a big miss necessarily. The reality is, like, if people are not showing up, it's a weird thing. You can't just be like, oh, show up. If you don't want to close, show up all the time to this diner that's like in Santa Clarita that you don't like. Yeah. Who knows how like good or bad it is.
I agree.
It's cool. Go celebrate it.
It's also such a bullshit thing people say. They're like, well, why didn't you show up? It's like, okay, what are we going to fucking shame people for like not
shame people into eating at the diner?
Yeah. It's like, shame on you. Like, eat at the diner or it will close. Like, that's not your responsibility as a diner.
Yeah.
Also, like, what are you telling them? Don't be sad that this place is closing. Like,
go celebrate
your fault.
It.
You know?
Yeah.
I completely agree. But it's just something I see happening. Okay, this is one I'm really excited about. Sticking with Jen Harris, the friend of the pod reports that Joseph Centennial has quietly pulled off one of the most meaningful restaurant moves in downtown LA by transforming Bar Ma into Le Drac, a hybrid that resurrects Bäco Mercat, folds in Bar Ma staples, and layers in taqueria, his more experimental vegetable forward project. The return of the Bäco alone, once arguably the most influential sandwich in LA, is enough to make this one of the most anticipated openings of the year. But Le Drac isn't just a nostalgia play, it's a continuation. Familiar dishes reworked with softer bread, deeper umami, tighter menus, and a clear sense of how Centennial eats and cooks now versus 2011. So, is Le Drac a chef's kiss, a rare reboot that respects its legacy while actually evolving? Or is it a big miss, a greatest hits remix that risks leaning too hard on past glory in a city that's always chasing.
I kind of hate the way. I mean, you're asking like a poll question that's looking for biased outcomes. Like, do you want to approve marijuana, the devil's lettuce, or do you want to protect our children and keep it like this is crazy the way you've done. You don't normally do this.
I went all into that.
Yeah, dude, this is the one. I think this might be the year of Joseph Centeno for us.
Bro, he is. I think he's the most underrated restaurateur in LA.
He's just been around for so long. I mean. Yeah.
But longevity at that level of success.
Yes.
Okay, Michael C. Marusti is probably like, fuck you guys, but like.
No, but like just the way he is. The way he described Ladrock, and I mean Barama, I liked a lot. I don't think did I ever go to Bäco Mercat? I can't remember if I did when I first lived here. The way he describes Ladrock and the menu and the concept is very exciting to me. We gotta go.
Dude, Bäco Mercat was one of my favorites because
did we go?
No, I don't think so, because I went a lot when I was at USC.
Right.
Because it was a quick jaunt over from USC whenever I wanted to like flex the fact that I was the guy who knew food in college, right? I would take people to Bäco Mercat. And then he, for a short while, opened up like a spin-off in Culver City where he was just making Bäco sandwiches.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then, it went away forever. It's actually where I celebrated the night after I took my LSAT.
Oh, no way.
Which is a thing I did, if you remember. And because it was like a celebration restaurant for me.
Yeah.
A place I absolutely loved. So the fact that this is coming back, I am so stoked.
No, this is the one. We need to hit Orson and Winston this year.
Yeah.
We need to hit Ladrock. Yeah.
Joseph Centeno, we're coming for you, brother. Okay, next one. I love this one. Former New York Times restaurant critic Pete Wells is kicking off a January series about resetting how we eat after stepping away from the critic's chair and confronting serious health issues tied to years of professional overeating. Wells lays out a behavioral, non-diet diet approach, cutting back on sugar and simple carbs, eating sturdier foods, shrinking appetite naturally, and rejecting calorie count, GLP-1 absolutism, and wellness extremes. It's part recipe series, part PSA, and part subtle critique of how restaurant culture and even food media can quietly wreck your body. Saul, is this like a good, health-conscious chef's kiss or a sanctimonious big miss?
Another chef's kiss. I found this piece before you sent this over. And was going through and immediately saving recipes. So this is like, he started this series focused on kind of cutting out simple carbohydrates and what he replaced them with, and gives recipes in the piece. This seared sweet potato with chermoula that he like has a picture of looks fucking great. Yeah, I like my recipe, my New York Times recipe box or whatever is filled with these recipes now. I think it's a really open and honest piece for something we like. Dude, this is also Emily's thing with restaurants. Beyond like, for one of the reasons she's like skeptical, is just like the fact that they are like the food at restaurants will be relatively less healthy than what you cook at home for the most part, right? Due to butter, salt, fat, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see Pete be open about it and talk about how he transitioned. Yeah. And I'm really excited for the future pieces on this series.
It's real, but it's a little like tiniest violin in the world.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, this is like it's a reality, right? Like, he ate professionally for years. I mean, look, you're not like at Pete Wells like level because I mean, no, but you ate 100 burgers this year, and I think it was exhausting for you. Not just, and look, I don't know if you get your blood work done at the beginning or end of the year.
Never.
You should, because eating 100 burgers, even if you are running every day or whatever, that can affect your cholesterol, bro.
Of course. Yeah. No. Look. Obviously, this is a serious issue, and it's one that actually affects a lot of people who aren't food critics or work in food media, right? It's just like a problem in America.
Yeah, just like how we eat.
Yeah, I just always balk a little bit when food people like complain about getting to eat good food.
Yeah, well, okay, he didn't get to. It was his obligation to, and it wasn't all good. Right, he was a critic. He ate all sorts of food, right? And I think he was honest. He like nodded to the fact that I think it was more than just that. Like, there was like a compulsion a little bit with the way he was maybe eating, right? Yeah. Not just like doing his job and eating.
I mean, that's real. Like, I can relate to that. Like, feeling like you have to. Like, you know what? One of the most like fucked up things about my content cycle is it's not the countdown. It's the best things I ate this week.
Yeah.
Because in my mind,
you have to eat
That makes me feel like I have to go out to eat at least 5 times.
Yeah.
And I don't. Nobody gives a fuck if I skip it 1 week.
Yeah, or do 3.
Or if I do 3. But for a while there, I was like, I have to eat at 5 places. So I get it, Pete. Okay, we're chef's kiss.
Cool piece. Yeah, cool piece.
Last one, then we got to go watch Marty Supreme. Ben Leventhal's Blackbird dropped a post on its Substack, The Supersonic, outlining 56 restaurant ideas for 2026, ranging from genuinely smart to joyfully unhinged. The list runs the gamut, banning reservations at bar seats, branded doggy bags, more pillows, phone lock boxes, affogato stands, hot dog supremacy, polenta renaissance, diner preservation, hot sauce arms races, and my favorite one, restaurant divorce courts. So, it was this sprawling, slightly chaotic restaurant manifesto, chef's kiss, a much needed injection of humor in what is typically like a pretty standard like predictions piece, or a big miss, somebody just trying to be too cutesy about, restaurants.
It's a little bit in between for me. It's in between the two. I think I saw a lot of like kind of funny or tongue-in-cheek, like, even Helen Rosner's like what's in, what's out, I read as a little bit tongue-in-cheek, like kind of, right?
She actually DM'd us and said,
oh really?
Yeah, she was like, she actually, I don't think loved that you gave it a big miss.
No. Damn, I love Helen. That bums me out so much.
She was like, I made this on my couch. Like,
yeah. I wasn't trying. Fuck me, dude.
I told her I'm Team Helen.
Wow, you threw me on the bus. Jesus Christ. That bums me out so much. I mean, I was just trying to throw a big miss. I always just chef's kiss everything.
I think she was joking as well.
I hope so. Oh, you mean like in our DMs or?
Yeah, I don't think she was actually mad at you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for reassuring me of that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, no, I look, what I will say is like this has some like, this is also marketing, right, for an app. And you're like highly aware of that. Like the tone I found a little bit corny or whatever. I did like some of the ideas. Phone lockboxes, hell yeah.
When you step in restaurants, phone
lockbox and or scrolling sections. I love the idea of scrolling like smoking sessions, right? Because I want the negative public association with scrolling. Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
That's good.
I love scrolling sections. Tunnels between restaurants and bars. Fucking sign me up.
Especially in a place like New York.
So fun. Yeah. That'd be so fun. Buying drinks for other parties. It's a fun idea. Bring that back. Let's be generous.
Should we just like identify a random
party? What if every time we go out, we have to identify a random party and buy them drinks?
I love that.
I love that idea. But the thing is, nowadays we don't know what people drink. But we can just ask a waiter what they're drinking and get them another round. Yeah. I love that. Let's do that. Yeah. More regional Mexican food, obviously, yes. And the great Diner Renewal Project, plagiarism from me, but I'm totally fine with them taking it.
I think the best one was the divorce courts. Basically,
that's corny. I mean, like I understand what they're saying. It's if you go through a divorce and you had a regular restaurant together, I'm thinking you go to divorce court.
For me, Open Sesame, dude.
You would just win that, right? Does want to go to Open Sesame?
Whoa.
Bleep it. Bleep it.
I will.
Yeah.
This is not about her. This is about the friend I broke up with.
Oh. So I was thinking literal divorce.
Yeah. Every time I go to that restaurant, I'm afraid I'm going to run into that dude, right?
Oh, shit. And why are you afraid? It'd be so funny if you did.
It would be, like, at this point, it would be really funny, but there was a time there where I was like, is he going to hurt me? Like, kind of insane dude, So, like, I was worried that, like, this is going to blow up into something nasty. So I would have loved it if we had a divorce court that said, hey,
you get the restaurant.
You get the restaurant.
So how do the arguments work for restaurant divorce court? Like who like is more committed? Who found the place?
Who found it? I think, and also like who it means more to. From like an emotional standpoint, but also like a lifestyle.
But you could also split it by days of the week, like kids.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Like I go on weekdays, you go on weekends. We could do that. I'd be open to that.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're listening, you know who you are. I'm willing to go to divorce court with you, buddy. Former buddy, I should say. Hey, do you have a shitty Yelp review?
Do I have a shitty Yelp review? Fuck. You go first because I think I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually don't think I have one this week.
Mine is light. Our TV is busted. Our TV got fried. I mean, first of all, fuck you, Roku. I've been like a local Roku owner since we lived together.
You were Roku.
I loved it, dude. It was so simple, easy remote, all that shit. I bought a Roku TV. They started like manufacturing their own TV product, not like TCL with Roku installed. Yeah. TV got fucking fried. It's a year old.
Oh, wow.
It's huge.
Do you have a warranty on it?
No, because it literally was 13 months. It was in December, and I bought it in November. So, like, we can't help you. I'm like, are you fucking... This is your flagship product. You're not going to help me with this fucking thing? hit up Geek Squad. They come by. The guy's like, I've like never really worked on one of these, but you need a replacement like power board, main board, whatever board, education board, I don't know, school board. You need to fix all this shit in your TV. And so I go and I buy all this stuff, so, like ASAP, because like living life without TV, man. Emily's watching The Pit.
Yeah.
I can't watch The Pit with her.
NFL season 2.
NFL playoffs coming up, dude. Oh my god, we're not gonna have this fixed before the weekend. I buy all this shit ASAP overnight. This is last week, so we can get it fixed on Friday.
Yeah.
Dude comes and he's like, this is all the wrong shit. He was like, you were supposed to call Roku. He sent me some stuff and he's like, confirm with Roku. I was like, fuck it, he's probably right. Wasn't right. And I got all the wrong shit that I probably won't be able to return. And now our TV is just still busted, and that's bad on me.
Yeah.
Bad job by me.
It's like 3 stars because you wanted to help. It's just like you panicked.
Yeah.
You panicked.
Oh, can I say another one though?
Yeah, do one. I know that one.
All right. This isn't even a shitty Yelp review. This is just a moment in life that I told you about. And I think I have to acknowledge here on the podcast.
Oh, God.
I went to the Clippers-Celtics game.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
on January 3rd.
This is great.
On my birthday. And got some nice seats. We're sitting near half court. And who sits down in front of me but the man himself, Bill Simmons.
The
Podfather. I've been reading and listening to this man since I was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Might as well have been. I mean, freshman year of high school, maybe I was. Yeah. And he sits down with his wife, and I start freaking out. Emily starts freaking out because Emily, I've gotten hooked to Bill via the Rewatchables podcast. Right. She finds him very entertaining and was like basically more hype than me. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, I just don't want to bother this man. This is an important man.
He's given me so much.
I mean, look, I literally was listening to him at the gym today, right? Yeah. And at halftime, I finally muster up the courage. I tap his back, which I feel like was a mistake because he rolled about like, what the fuck? I felt, but it was so loud. I just wanted to be like, hey Bill. So I gave him a little nudge.
Oh my god, you touched him?
I touched him, bro. I touched him, and I felt bad about it immediately.
Oh my god,
because he was immediately freaked out, right? and look, I should say I normally don't if I see a celebrity who I know, which has happened rarely, but like
Glenn Powell talked to you actually.
Yeah. He needed my information, but I don't bother them. Like, you don't bother people. I believe in that, but he's sitting right in front of me for a whole basketball game, and I'm like, I can't go forward in life and not having said something. So I give the touch. He whirls around. I'm like, immediate mistake. Should not have done that. That could be the shitty Yelp review part of this. And I'm like, hey man, Bill, just want to say both of us are huge fans. It's really thanks for doing what you do. It's cool to see you. And he goes, oh, thank you. But not no. And he was like, oh yeah, thanks. In a way that he's like, I've heard this a billion times. Please don't talk to me again. And I'm totally fine with that. Totally fair. Fair response. Dude, at one point in the game, Emily, who's sitting kind of like diagonally from behind Bill, turns to me and goes way too loudly, oh my god, I can see who Bill's texting. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. He definitely heard that. That's so rude. I don't want to see anything like sexting. But she couldn't, for the record, Bill, if you're listening to this, but you're not, she couldn't see anything. She just saw you had your phone out and it was in view. Didn't see anything. So we were being bad fans, right? Too much.
Yeah. Who was she texting?
I have no idea. I wasn't looking. I don't want to look at this stuff, man. Fair. And so that interaction happens. I feel kind of mortified, but happy I did it. And then the halftime show, they do the t-shirts and shit, right? They shoot t-shirts into the crowd. First of all, caught a t-shirt.
Which never happens.
Never happens.
We've been to a million games together.
Been to 12 games. It's never happened. I caught a t-shirt. 5-star Yelp review from me. And then Bill catches this rubber ball and turns around with a smile and hands it to Emily. And we're like, holy shit. We were first of all, we're forgiven. That's one. 2, that was so nice. Yeah. And that's the ball's on the shelf right there. Yeah. Gonna keep it forever.
Is it? Oh, that's the ball.
That's the ball. It's really shitty. It's like a Candy Crush logo ball for some reason. That was really nice of him, and it really made our whole night.
It's it's those Jesus relics, like from ancient times where people are like, this is actually a piece of cloth that Jesus pissed on.
Yeah.
And then that's your little.
I'm gonna hand it down to my children. Yeah. They will relish it forever. Yeah.
Bill Simmons touched this,
dude. Yeah. I mean, it was cool.
I'm gonna just judge the tap. The tap is a 1.
That tap is a half star, bro. I felt bad. I should have said his name, but I was nervous. I was like, yelled like, "Hey, Bill!" I'm sitting right. He was closer to me than you are to me right now, sitting across the table.
Yeah.
So the tap was a bad move. I should not have done that.
I will say, in general, if ever I've been in a situation where I'm like, I will regret not saying hi to this celebrity, right? And then I say hi to them, I always regret it.
Always regretted it.
I always regret it.
I don't fully regret it. Really, he saved us by like giving the ball to Emily. Yeah. That was like a cool interaction and very nice.
5 stars by him. Classic.
100%. Classy guy. Also, he's like the fucking godfather at these games. A dude, like, I saw a dude walk over from a whole other section and be like, hey, Bill, I like no XXS. He was like trying to be like cool with him, and Bill was clearly like, yeah, man, all right. Like, fuck off as soon as you can. So, like, I felt bad that we didn't do that. That was right after we said hi, too, which is great because if that guy had come over and done, like, that whole, like, broing him up or whatever, then I can't say hi after that. That's, like, terrible. So, it worked out well. I don't regret it. I am sorry for touching him. Should not have done that.
I am sorry for touching him is the name of this episode. Thanks for listening to another episode of the LA Food Podcast. Thanks to Father Saul, as always, for making the time for us. And thank you to you, dear listener. If you like what you heard today, please go to wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating, review. Seriously, all that stuff means the world to us. We'll be back next week with another epic episode. We might even be getting some guests pretty soon. Who knows? But if you're looking for us in the meantime, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, even our website at the LA Countdown. You can also find us at It's Acquired Taste on Instagram and at acquiredtastemedia.com.